What do you think is probably the hardest thing you've ever had to overcome in life?
Well, I'm an only child. The closest person to a brother I ever had was my friend who passed a few years ago, Black Tom Cruise. And he was a part of my uprising. He was there when I was making a name for myself. I was finally transitioning from like this strong kid from the Bronx to being now a fitness celebrity and being able to make a real living, make a real career. He was a big part of that entire process. So when I met him, I was a teenager. We didn't click straight away, actually. He was actually a bit of a dick when I first met him. He was. And it took a while for us to get comfortable with one another, but eventually we became close. You know, I told him everything, you know, we laughed all the time, we made content together, and we worked together for years. And then one day, driving back from Mount Vernon Barbell in upstate New York, we were driving a couple of sport cars, and his was a Dodge Viper, 2005, I believe. No traction control, no ABS. He hit a puddle. It rained the day before on the freeway. Spun out, flipped over with his convertible top down, and there's no rollover bars. So I remember seeing a photo, like it's just his head on the concrete with the car turned upside down. Saw him in the hospital later that day, but he was still alive, you know, in the hospital later that day, and he seemed like he was gonna make it. And then he ended up passing from pneumonia, I believe. His lungs just gave out, and that was it. It was just so sudden. He was 37, in his late 30s. He was healthy besides that, and that was it.